Hey guys, welcome to the 8-Day Challenge. Today we're going to talk about accountability.
Hey guys, it's Cathy Heller. I'm so glad that you are part of this challenge. Here's something that I want you to think about. The research shows that you are 95%, want to make sure you heard me, more likely to get results if you are held accountable. So this is really, really important to keep in mind. I think one of the reasons why anybody who you look up to, whether it's Serena Williams, anybody who you look up to in the world, one of the reasons why they've gotten to where they are, one of the reasons why they are the champion that everybody knows them for is because they stay in that practice. And it really helps to have discipline. It helps to have a coach. And so having accountability is one of the things that we are going to help you with over the next several days. And one thing that can sweeten that and make that even stronger is if you have an accountability partner. And so if you go into the group, you're going to find a post and you can comment below it and you can say that you're also available and looking for an accountability partner. What that means is you're going to partner up with someone else who is on this journey, who's just going to be there to check in with you. And it's up to you together to decide. Are you going to check in with each other every other day? Are you going to check in with each other at the end of every 3 days or 4 days or at the end of the challenge? However you want to do it. But it's something that you know you're not going to get off the hook so easy because you're going to keep yourself accountable, because ultimately that really is what you want, right? Like ultimately we really want to be able to see results and see progress. And so we don't want to let ourselves off the hook. We don't want to not practice our craft. We want to be doing it so that we get better and better and better at it. The truth is that the things that make us better are actually putting in those hours, right? It's putting in that hustle. And what actually makes it better and better isn't just practicing, but it's practicing with making those minor adjustments along the way. So the other thing that we're going to give you guys is feedback, and we're going to give you some tools about how to research and how to A/B what you're creating against what it really needs to be like. But in the meantime, you need to be accountable so that you're getting in that process and you're keeping yourself in that process. There's a book, it's an amazing book. It's called Grit, and it's written by Angela Duckworth, and I talked about her a lot on my own podcast. My podcast, by the way, is called Don't Keep Your Day Job, and it's free, and it's on iTunes or SoundCloud, wherever you want to listen to podcasts. But we talk a lot about grit, and we talk about how the research shows, and it really, really shows this like explicitly. It's very clear. The people who get to where they want to go, it's not that they're smarter, it's not that they're from a different zip code, it's not that they're thinner, it's that they have that tenacity. They have the grit. And so we have to be able to ask ourselves seriously, right? Like, what is it really going to take for us to get the result? Are we really going to be lying to ourselves if we're like, yeah, no problem, I don't need accountability. I'll be able to do it differently than I've done the last 6 months or 16 months or 14 years. We need to figure out what are the buttons that we have to push in our own mental psyche, and what are the things that we need to set up for ourselves so that we actually set ourselves up to win. We keep ourselves accountable, because if we can have that grit, if you combine grit with a strategy that works, you will get there. It is undeniable. It's about staying in it. And often the reason why most people do not have what they want is because they don't do much about what they want. Part of it is they don't know what to do. And part of it is they might know what to do, but they get so defeated so fast and they don't stick in it. And often when you look at someone, like let's use the example of a scientist, right? A scientist goes in the lab and they don't get so defeated the first 3 times when their experiment isn't working. What they do is they do and they do and they do and they do, and then they assess and they assess and they assess what's working, what's not working, so that they can continue to fine-tune things and actually stay in it long enough to get a result. Right? And so we can't get so defeated. We have to be willing to stay in it. And I think especially in our generation today, there's a lot of people who are just so impatient because things do come so quickly and we have technology and we're not used to waiting. When we have to wait, we're uncomfortable, and that isn't so much fun. And a good example of this, I heard Ed Sheeran. I love Ed Sheeran. I love the new duet that came out a few weeks ago with him and Beyonce. Amazing. But I heard him say about songwriting particularly, if you went to a cabin and the water hadn't been turned on for a while, and you opened up the faucet, the water is going to run, what's it going to be? It's going to be like brown, sludgy water, right? But if you let that water run, it's going to get clearer and clearer and clearer. And so there are times where we get so frustrated with ourselves if things just don't happen right away, but we need to put ourselves in an environment so that we can stay accountable and let that water run and write those first few songs. And it might be uncomfortable because they might be that brown sludgy water, but it's such an important part of the journey because it gets us to that clearer, more beautiful, drinkable water. And those songs get better and better We've got to stay accountable. I hope you'll take full advantage of this challenge. I hope you'll show up for these Facebook lives that we're going to do every single day. I hope that you'll get an accountability partner so you can take full advantage. Why not? It's like, if you're going to do it, play full out, stay accountable, and let's see where that gets you at the end of this challenge. Let's see if by you really stepping forward and you have that accountability and you use it to help you and to fuel you, what might you be able to do that even blows yourself away? Like, what might you be able to do that surprises even you? I look forward to getting the results, to seeing what you guys are creating, to seeing you guys every day on the Facebook group, and I'm glad you're here.